Right, welcome. I'd like to say to the new look van, but welcome to the look of the van at the moment. You might be able to tell by the duct tape here that I've been having problems with the underside of this bed. Now, if you watched earlier videos, you know that I lost that end, fell off earlier this year. This end was put in with exactly the same screws, so I had that, got that sorted, put longer screws in. And then this panel here, which I've just, well, I didn't need to pull it out, I just pressed on, fell out. It was basically held in place along here with some sealant, same there. And then as we go up, as you can see, so he's got 5 blocks all the way around. There's some, what, 22mm ply blocks. They're just glued. Well, they're not glue, it's just sealant. So that's sealant on those. There's a bus going by. Perfect timing. And as you can see here, the minute you come out, everybody decides they're going to drive them down the road. But there you go. That there is how these were held on. And then I can't even show you. They're kind of just slotted into the edge, sort of under these bits here. And there's the framework, and they're just sort of wedged in. And of course, with vibration and usage of the bed, but mainly vibration and just bog standard road vibration, because we got a lot of that in the UK. All of the base is coming off. Well, excuse the mess. I haven't made top bung, I've just chucked everything up there, but we are now, I don't know so well you can see, we are now fixed, and the sag that was in the middle has gone. So basically, when this came down, I took a hammer and chisel, got the 2 blocks off that hadn't fallen to pieces, screwed this up either end onto the board that was already there. A bit of wood glue, it's not coming off. Got that on, and then glued the blocks back in, pushing them hard up against this frame. There's a lip inside, and the blocks had actually been cut so that they got an edge to them, so they sort of slotted on. And then it's 3 or 4 screws depending on the length. That side they were longer chunks, and yeah, that seems to have done it. I mean, time will tell, but I have much higher hopes that that's not going to smack me over the head again. And before anybody says anything about the screw heads, I'm going to get some vinyl spots, dots, circles, whatever they are, some that will stick on vinyl. They'll go over, it'll blend in, it'll be fine. I've still got to make something to go on the end panel where we sleep, so that yeah, it's a bit softer when we sit up too fast. Right, well, that is the latest addition to the van fitted. 2 bits of sticky tape doesn't half help. Right, under there, that is our gas store switch for the underslung, and yeah, I kept leaning against it. We thought it was a good place to put it so that I could access it easily without having to bend over, which is a problem generally for me. So it's a great place, except for I kept leaning against it. And so I hunted and could not find anything that would work to go over it. And all I wanted was basically a black plate and a side cover. So I popped an appeal out please help. Does anybody know anybody that can print something like this? On the expedition Facebook page, and David came forth and said, yeah, I reckon I can. So a little bit of back and forth discussion on Messenger, and this is what I've got. And then this fits over the top. Oops, when you put it on right, and just sides on. That's it. So no more banging the gas off, and I just go like that, and I can turn it on. I go like that, and I'll not knock it off. Simple but genius, and kudos to 3D printing. We now have the next project. Yeah, we're going to stick some insulation in this van because Paul's complaining about having a cold bum. So I'm gonna take the panels off on the back door and see what we've got in there. Okay, back panels off. That is all that's in there. Literally some there you go, 1 inch foam, foil backed in 2 sections. Doesn't even cover the entire door. Joy! Right, let's have a go at door number 2. Let's see what's behind that one. Right, because I figured that there would be some insulation in here and probably foil backed. I'm just going with the recycled plastic loft insulation, and we shall get a bit of that in. And yeah, that's stage 1 of insulating the back doors. Right, that is one side done. Under here you've got wires going in for the rear lights, well, for your number plate lights, and that always, and this is coming from somebody who's done this one before, check the connection going in, make sure that it's well in. You can use insulation tape if you're not entirely sure, just to make sure that everything is very definitely protected. The other thing is, I'm going to slide this back over here a bit, because that's your door latches. So you're going to have a chillier bit off to one side, just because you need to keep it away. And what I'm going to do in a mo is, just with good old-fashioned duct tape, is I'm going to go and squish that down, just so that it doesn't end up getting wound around the hinge mechanism. And there, I don't know if you can see, it's nothing fancy. It's definitely not anything fancy, but it's enough. It'll just tape it onto that and it just keeps it back. So that's all that in. So I'll put the cover back on, and do the other side. Right, with the help of my trusty butter knife, I have got a trim removing tool. I don't know what I've done with it, but I know I've got one. But in the meantime, the butter knife works perfectly, which it does for an awful lot of jobs. It's kind of like duct tape. Every van needs to carry duct tape, cable ties, and a butter knife. Sort out all of your problems. But just had a look down the sliding door. Took a few of the little pins out, and yeah, it's the same. It's a strip of the insulated foil. So when it's daylight, I think that's going to be the next job, is going to get that done a bit better. And in the meantime, I've ordered something to finish the back doors off. I've just got to work out how to remove the stays out of them, the little plug ones. The butter knife's not working. Right, well, so far, that is the back door's insulated and the lower half of the sliding door. And yeah, that was interesting. Well, cupboards are in the way. You can't get around to the back of the door, so it's a case of I couldn't get the entire panel off. I got 3/4 of it off. And I thought, well, yeah, I'm just going to lean in and wedge, which seems to have worked quite successfully. I mean, the door's still opening and shutting, and I've got plenty in the insulation in there, so in for the win. Hopefully the rain is going to hold off. A little bit wet around here, but hopefully the rain's going to hold off long enough for me to be able to sort out the last bit on the back doors, which will hopefully deal with the complaints of cold bums.
Join us next week to see if Mr. Meat Free is now frost free. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.